What's going on, boys and girls? It's a lovely day right now anyway here at the DC event. This is the second to last event. I'm sorry if I don't know how to count, but today is a 9/29 and it looks like folks are already off course. Dang! So we got the claffies going and we're about to go ahead and do our course walk. So right now you're going to start off right here and we're going to check things out. We haven't done such an aggressive start or a counter-aggressive start, because right now you can see that we're going to start here, but then we're making a hard left over to this side. All right, so what we're going to do is just go ahead and start walking. And what we're going to do here, because the lights don't trip until there's no reason for you to do anything silly and drive to that cone. Just drive all the way out here, turn it around, and then get going. Try not to be unsportsmanlike and car wall here and dart through, please, but we'll put some cones up. So yeah, you're just going to try and attack as best as you can. And we're going to come through on here and stay tight. So one of the biggest things that everybody always forgets is that FedEx Field is a big slope, as you can tell. And then right here, you're gonna go ahead and might as well just cut the distance, but first we're gonna set up. So if I go right to that cone where I was, and this already on the first turn can screw you up. If you're right here, it's actually gonna make this right-hander harder. What I want to do is actually get over and soften up this right-hander, so I'm doing my turning ahead of time, and then I'm going to hug this. So right now, just set up the car enough so that way you can hug this, almost try to hit this cone and that cone, because you're not going to. With a combination of the bumps and the slope, you're just going to start understeering. So where are we going? So we're going up to where the claffies are. It looks like a little lane change going up the hill. So we want to be able to add some distance out here. Not too much, but the car naturally is going to drift itself down here a bit. And then we're gonna try and hit this cone. Now, the reason why we're not adding a bunch of distance to try and get up to the top there and try to soften this up too much is because of the run between this double and that double is so far that we'll make it up. So just go ahead and try to cut some distance here, because the car is just gonna be understeering all day. So you'll notice that, yes, I have some time to recover, and it is a major offset for you. So you're gonna come on over, you'll have enough time because you were coming out so slow out of that first right-hander that you'll be able to get in position. And it's really just get through here and try to get over to the right side as soon as we get up to the top of the hill. So as you come through here, you're not too worried about backsiding this cone or anything like that. Just fit it and get in. So as we climb up to the top here, there are some rough edges, it looks like, and that is right in the middle of the line. So this is going to get broken up and it may be a safety issue, but we will see as the day goes on. So as we're fitting it through here, the reason why I said that we can just fit it in and not worry about backsiding everything too hard is because of the element that's coming up. It's just a nice higher speed left-hander. So as we climb up, position yourself a little bit wide over to these walls, and so that way you can actually see how this is going to flow through. So don't go too shallow. Don't stay to your left, because this left-hander is going to be really hard if you do. So I'm going to try and come up here, and then you're going to see how this actually opens up for you. Start turning in. Don't worry about the wall as much. What's going to happen is that everybody's going to eye that cone. No, just shoot the gap. Shoot the gap. All right, so as we shoot the gap, the car is going to drift close to this cone, but remember, wherever you're looking at, that's where you're going to go. So don't stare at that cone at all. Just look out here in this gap and get things going. So what's next is that we're going to be making a left-hander down the hill, and it looks like a nice attacking left-hander going down the hill. So what you don't want to do is get caught up with your high speed and stay to the left of that wall. You actually want to come uphill just a bit to kind of arc this around. So what we're looking at here is that we got that, kind of fit ourselves through the gap. So what I'm going to do here is actually arc myself around And we got some wallums. So the things with wallums that's deceptive is that folks are gonna go at the first cone. It's actually the last cone of the wallum that you have to be concerned about. And right now, I'm gonna carve around and through this. So where I was going is kind of going out to that wall. And so that way I can point myself down the hill. Watch it open. Bam, there you go. So be nice and gentle with the throttle as you're going through here initially for your setup. Your setup is back there, so that way this is your payday. So as you're coming down the hill, you get a nice little squirt, but what you do want to do though is stay disciplined. Although you get a nice little squirt on, you have to start going downhill, but then it's a hard right-hander going back up the hill, and it's going to be slow. So get through here as best as you can without getting too wild, and then from here all I'm going to say is just cut the distance. So as we're diving down, hug all the cones through. It's just a little lane change, and then we're going to go ahead and hug this guy. So as we're looking around here, trying to identify what's next, what's after that cone, because that's my exit, does it open up or does it pinch me? So right now it shows me that it pinches, so I'm not gonna try and get over here to the left or any of that crap too far. I'm just gonna try and hug this guy. So come down. I'm looking at this as I'm coming around, but I'm mainly eyeing where I want to exit, so where those two gentlemen are. So I'm just gonna cut the distance. It's gonna naturally push down the hill. And what's after that cone, after it opens up, it gives you a nice little payday on the uphill to get in position. So hug. The car's gonna understeer because of the slope. It's okay. Just keep hugging it and just keep working it. All right, so that cone, as we're up here, is just to make sure that you don't go all the way off course or anything. So as we climb up the hill, this is gonna be your nice little payday to get things going. So do we have to run all the way out to this cone? No, you're just adding distance, and that's just really pinching you in, but you'll end up at least in midline because you have this left-hander coming up. So as we're climbing up the hill, we have to judge our speed here. Depending on your speed and you're going uphill, the front end of the car is going to be lighter than normal. So it's not going to turn as efficiently. This being about a 60-degree turn, you're going to have to slow down the car just a bit, but we'll see how the distance works out. So if I come over here and I just start turning on this cone, it looks like I can kind of make it past here to that triple if I set up a little bit wider here, which it does look like I can do. So I'm gonna set up a little bit wide, try to hit this cone, and then track out over to this pincher cone. Again, these cones are here so that way you don't just go off course. It keeps you honest. This course was made and helped design by Eric Simmons and I believe Mark Shrivastava. Sorry, I always butcher your name, my man. Mark S. So the way that the courses may look this time is just something a little different than the norm. So as we come through here, obviously we got the gate. I'm just gonna say carve your way through. You don't have to hug the left wall. Take your midway here and just carve around. Be nice and easy with the throttle. As soon as you're open up, start rolling on the gas, and know that you actually have some time to recover for the next area. The part that's going to be tricky coming up is making sure that you get over to the left. So we don't want to go towards that wall all the way because what's coming up next is actually going to be a braking. However, it's a flick. So you have to be very careful. So normally that double cone afterwards is sometimes to the left, or this triple isn't even here. But now you have this area where you have to come in and brake. So here you're going to be carrying some good velocity as you're shooting that gap. So as you come through here, just kind of cruise through. Don't get too greedy. It's bumpy over here. you're going to be locking up, and next thing you know, you're going to be going straight more so than trying to make this left kind of pin turn here. So hug it, hug it, hug it, brake early, kind of trail brake in at that triple is what I would do to scrub some speed and get the car balanced as we're going around here. This is also another area that I'm actually surprised that they are running towards, but the car for you is gonna try and make it all the way to the left, so we're not worried about hugging that cone. I'm actually gonna come around up high a little bit, as you can see, kind of take a higher wide line, and then try to late apex this cone, because it looks like what's coming up is going to be a downhill slalom leading down to the finish, and I want to try and hug that cone that we just passed. If you don't, and you're all the way down here, you already lost a half second going to the finish. Easy. So that corner right there is probably, from what I can see, one of the most important corners in the course, because if you don't hug there to set up for here, you're done. So as we come through here, it's actually a slalom, and you can gain a lot of time on this. Now, one of the things, again, with it being FedEx and the whole lot is sloped downward and we're going downhill on the slalom, one thing to remember, the rear end is going to be light. The car is going to want to rotate, and this looks like it's going to be pretty big. Oh. So 32 paces so far for that one, and then it looks like it kind of is about the same going down the hill. So it's going to be a quick one. In my old SCR car at 32 paces, that means flat, folks. That is flat. About almost 60 miles per hour that STR Miata can get through here. All right, so as we come around here, you want to stay disciplined and stay backside on everything. And here you're gonna try and give it up just a hair, so that way you can get the car pointed downhill. So actually, damn, I messed up. So actually, you're gonna come around that cone, and you have to actually go through this gate, which we're gonna carve this gate around. So as we come around here, kind of treat this last cone as somewhat of an offset slalom, and then we're gonna try and just carve around this guy to the finish. So I actually got caught up just looking downhill, and I went the wrong way. So as you come through, carve this guy, and then note that it is an angled finish. So as you're coming through here and you're getting on the gas, I'm predicting that there's gonna be quite a bit of spins today. So just roll on the gas, come through, try to point the car on the left side, not the right side, as you're just gonna be adding a little bit more distance. Try to keep the car here, middle, or to the left as possible, plus you're braking. So it's a lot going on here in the finish. So good fun, good fun. Well, there goes the man right there.
You're out on course. Please finish up those course walks immediately.
You got Eric Simmons and the Zen Master, along with Jen, Foxy Lady, and Greg. So we're gonna wrap this up today. Thanks, folks. So it looks like I accidentally stopped recording there. My bad. So thank you guys for joining. Like, subscribe. Thanks for all the support, and I'll catch you guys later.